Good morning. So let's talk about before we get into cybersecurity, before we understand anything else, we need to be clear about one single question that always comes to your mind is, can you be hacked? Okay. In today's session, we are guys. Just let me know if you can see my screen. By the way, sorry, I should ask you first. Can you see the screen, please?
Yes.
Yes. Thanks for that feedback. Lovely. Okay. So we'll be starting right from level one, right from scratch. In today's session, I'm going to walk you through all the aspects of cybersecurity. We are going to talk about certain precautions that we forget to take, and then we wonder how we got hacked. I'm going to show you some real life tools that are going to surprise you. Of that these tools that are being used by hackers. We are going to talk about the types of hackers, and then I'm just going to show you a live hacking session. I'm going to hack my own computer using certain tools to show you how easy it is to hack people. All right, so let's get on with it. And before I start, here's a disclaimer, a very, very big disclaimer that says my intention is purely educational. I do not intend to show you hacking for anything. It's my intention is to generate awareness about hacking and online threats. It is only to educate you people. The organizers and the trainer, that is myself, will not be responsible in any way. If you use this knowledge for any unethical means, we are supposed to be ethical hackers. Okay, so with that, we will start. And all right, so let's start right from the beginning. Okay, why hacking? So before we talk about hacking, there's only one thing that people have always been after, right? Since day one in history, people have always wanted power. So in the ancient times, you had big weapons and you had strength. Power was strength. That is the good old days. Then came slightly better. Power meant wealth. We came to the modern times where power was equivalent to assets. Okay, the more assets you had, the more powerful you were. Now, welcome to the 21st century. In the 21st century, data is power. Okay, so right now, let me ask you a simple question. Okay, where is all your money, guys? You can use the chat box. Let's make it a little interactive, guys. Where is all your money? Is your money in the bank? Is your money in your pocket? Where exactly is your money? You can type whatever answer. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. So let's use yes. So Patni is telling me it's in the banks. Nahil Kumar is telling me it's in the bank. Gokul is telling me in the bank servers. Yes, okay. So Gokulnath is telling me it's in the bank servers. Obviously, in the bank and in your wallet is what Mallikarjun is telling me. Chinmaya and Anil is telling me it's stored in numbers. That's fantastic. Okay. Around this, everyone's giving me almost the same answer. It's in the bank, right? So now, very good. Now the next question is, where are your banks? Is your bank, just outside, that one at the corner? Where's your bank exactly nowadays? Where is your the nearest bank branch? Yeah, please use the chat box again. Right. Okay. So Anandi is telling me it's 1 kilometer. Most of you are telling me it's in your browser. And okay, James is a clever guy. He says I can't share that. Okay, great, good one, James. Okay, so let me tell you guys, you don't have to share that, James. I already know where your bank is. Your bank is right there in your pocket, James. Your bank is in the air. Your bank is online. Your bank is on the internet. It is, yes. Chinmaya has said it very nicely. It's digital. Okay, you are barely having a few, loose change in your pocket. Rest of your money is online. Rest of your money is on the internet. Okay, your businesses today are online, my dear friends. And this was even before we went into lockdown. Okay, so today, if you actually want to buy a mobile phone, what would you do? Would you actually go to a local shop and ask that fellow, excuse me, can you give me a mobile phone? You would do that, but first things you would do is you would probably go online. You would go to Google, you would go to Amazon, you would go to Flipkart, you would check the pricing, you would see the best deal, and that's
has joined the meeting.
So that's the first thing that you would do is you would definitely check all the stuff is online. Your business, and in short, your business is online today. Okay, your banks are online. Your wallets are online. Your money is online. You are using your money in the form of phone PE. You're using in the form of GPay. You're using Paytm. Okay, in short, everything that you own is online. Everything is online, my dear friends, and so are hackers. And that's where your problem starts. And this is the beginning of our problems. Computers have been invented since 1994. They have become, you can say, very popular. They were invented in 1960s. In 1980s, they become commercialized. And since 1994, the minute somebody started using internet, since then these hackers have been active. And now we live in a generation where we are surrounded by technology almost 24 hours. Okay, what's the first thing that you do when you get up in the morning, guys? What's the first thing that you do? No prizes for guessing this one. We start our day with mobile phones, right? Absolutely, Anil. Yes. You check your phones, you check your mobiles. The first thing that you do is you start your day with the mobile. What is the last thing that you do before you go to bed, guys? The same thing. Absolutely true. Yes, Ashok. Yes, Chiranjeev. Okay, all of you. Yes. And what is it that you do whole day? Same answer. Okay, you start your day with mobile phones, you end your day with mobile phones. All the day you are always consuming technology in some form or the other. And my dear friends, hackers are watching you, and hackers are very active. So let's talk about what these hackers can do. What are these big bad guys going to do, and how are they going to hurt us? Okay, so when we talk about that, the first question is, how safe are your online assets? Is my online asset safe? So what's the answer to that? Do you think, excuse me, sorry, press the wrong button. Okay, so how secure do you feel online? So you tell me, guys, how safe do you feel with your money on the internet? You thought that your bank was 1 kilometer away, your bank was, say, a couple of miles away, and there's a security guard standing outside there with his wonderful looking gun there and protecting your money. Hackers don't actually need to go to your bank and perform a bank robbery. That happens in the movies. Okay, it doesn't happen anymore. I could be sipping a cup of coffee in the local CCD, and using that CCD's Wi-Fi, I could hack your bank, and you wouldn't even come to know that. And the guard standing outside the bank would remain standing, and all the money inside the bank is cleared off. So welcome to the world of hacking. How safe are your online assets? The answer to that is what this session is all about, and that's where we will start cybersecurity. Okay, so let's get started and let's talk about a very important question, guys.
Has joined the meeting.
Hello. Hi, guys. Audible?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I think I lost the network for a moment there. Thanks. So, yes, James, I need your permission to hack you. Don't worry, I'm not really going to hack you. Okay, just a formality. So, James, can you please send me a hi? Or anyone else? Okay, yes, James, thank you. So, James, I just have a simple question for you, James. Please tell me your full name, please. You can tap that out in the chat box. James Kindo. Okay, welcome, James. James, can you share your email address, please, in the chat box? Great. And now your password too, please. So now I can see everyone smiling there in the audience, and James too smiling very much. Okay, okay, that's great. Yes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The whole point here was to show you guys that James is an aware person, and he knows that he should not be sharing his password. See, it's okay for him to share his full name with me. It's okay for him to share his email ID with me. Although I've been introduced as lots of guts there, and then he when I asked him to you can say his password, there was a lovely smile on his face, and as fully as possible he's declined my request. And that's exactly what we should be doing, right? So James, how comfortable would you feel if I were to ask you to give me your contact, all the contact information on your mobile phone? So contacts on your mobile phone, all your, would you see? So if I were to request you to give me all your contacts, obviously not. Yes, James says absolutely blunt no there, and that's what it should be. If I were to ask you to share your location, where do you live, what do you do whole day, etc., all that stuff. If I wanted to ask for your camera, access to your camera. If I wanted to access your your SD card on your mobile phone, and I would like the permission to watch all the photos that you have downloaded, all the media that you have downloaded, all the videos that you have downloaded. So a big from Nagraj, no, until it's a trusted source. Come on, guys, you can trust me. Now, how about that? Anubhav and Divya Lakshmi, Anubhav is again laughing. See, look at this. Okay, so why are you not sharing these details with me? Because as small kids, your mom told you not to give anything. No, don't talk to strangers. Okay, don't give anything to strangers. Don't reveal anything to strangers. Yes, correct. Very. So Om Prakash is being absolutely blunt. He's saying that you cannot be trusted. I can't trust you. And this is actually rule number one that everybody should be following. And that's the only way you can protect yourself from being hacked. That's a great answer, Om Prakash and Divya Lakshmi. It is privacy. Okay, so you guys are very, very smart. You guys are very, very clever. And you think that you cannot be hacked, right? So you can be hacked, trust a stranger with information like contacts, like your Wi-Fi password, like your location, photos, cameras, smartphone. Are you sure? Okay, so would you trust a total stranger with all these things? So give me a big yes or a big no.
Has joined the meeting.
Okay, Sanjeev, Krishnan, Mahesh, Pradeep, Balaji, Shashikaran, everybody is giving me. One of them has given me a big no, a no way. Hi. So yes, all of us are absolutely wrong. Okay. Now in the next 1 minute, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. I just asked you a simple question. Would you trust a total stranger with all these details? And all of you have said no. All right. So let's talk about games. Okay. I'm sure all of you have got smartphones. As long as you are living on planet Mars, let me know. If you are from planet Earth, all of you have got mobile phones. All of you have got smartphones. Okay. And you have sometime or the other, you have downloaded some free games. It can be Temple Run, it can be Subway Surfers, it can be Ludo, it can be PUBG. Okay. I've downloaded these games. Now, how much do these games cost us? Or it could be games, it could be in the form of WhatsApp, Instagram, YouTube. How much does you cost us? How much does Instagram cost to download and to use? How much Facebook and WhatsApp cost you to use? It's free, right? Absolutely free. Okay, and you aware that these Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp are multi-billion-dollar companies? So how does a multi-billion-dollar company make money if it's giving you away everything for free? No, Anand, data charges do not apply. Data charges are taken by your Facebook's pocket or Instagram's pocket. So ads, okay. Chiranjeev, sorry, that was Balaji who's money. Yes, until ISPs are taking money, but it's that is going to these app vendors, and these app vendors are multi-billionaires. So are they getting money? Right answer, by sharing your data to other sites. Buying something from me, I will sell you a simple funda. If you are not my, you are my product, right? Whenever you are downloading anything on the cost, this is what happens. Okay, I'm sure you have seen this. Okay, I asked you a minute ago, would you allow a stranger to share the details? I asked you whether you will allow a stranger to look at the contact information. My dear friends, whenever you have downloaded anything free of course, you have it's device and app history. When you are talking about history, I'm not talking about, you know, the what we are learning in school. When you are talking about history, I'm talking about what did you do on your mobile phone all day. Okay, what all activities have occurred, your identity, your full name, your contact details, your photos, media, files, your camera, and you've got two lovely cameras, one on the front, one on the back. And thank you, you've given me access to both of them. You've shared your Wi-Fi contact information and everything else. And can you see a cancel button there? I can only see one accept button because they know that when you are downloading something free of cost, okay, everybody simply downloads it. So welcome to the world of hacking. Hacking is not as simple as you think. Nobody in their right mind would ask you for their password. They would simply take your password from you and you wouldn't even know about it. Okay, so hackers are not idiots. Hackers are extremely clever people and they know how to fool you. As it was rightly said earlier by one of you, the only way that you can actually protect yourself from getting hacked is by trust. Number one is trust no one. Okay, so what you have done is somebody mentioned earlier that I am downloading trusted apps. Okay, so how well do you know these guys who are making Sharet? Who's the owner of Sharet? Did that fellow come and have a cup of tea at your home ever? Have you met this fellow? Do you know how many people are working under it? And do you know what kind of access the way they are accessing your data? How many apps do you have on your mobile phones? And out of those, how many people do you personally know? Okay, what I'm telling you is the moment you have gone online, there is no such thing as privacy. Privacy in the 21st century is a myth. It does not exist, my dear friends. Even if you have gone even 1 second, if you have gone on the internet, you have no such thing as privacy. Okay, and this comes from a person who has been a cybersecurity professional and an ethical hacker for the last 7 years. Okay, privacy is a myth. Somebody earlier had mentioned it is private, I cannot share my data. My dear friends, I'm telling you that you're already hacked. Okay, we don't need to ask you for your info. You've already got your information. Okay, you can just, if you really doubt that, one day you just go to the dark world and just for 500 Indian rupees, you will be able to get all the credit card information of all the people that are in India. Anyone, absolutely, just for 500 rupees. Okay, it's that easy to hack people nowadays. Why do we have, okay, all right, so yeah, let's talk about gadgets being used by hackers today. So I'm sure that you know some of the gadgets that people use, but what I'm going to show you today might be a little stunning. You must have seen some of these gadgets, you must have heard of some of these gadgets, and most of you I know are already from cybersecurity background, but some of these gadgets are going to stun you, and that's why I'm going to start the session with the various types of gadgets that hackers are going to use here. Okay, so let's talk about the very first gadget that hackers hack. Excuse me, sorry. We discussed earlier, we have your ATM account. So is you can just go to your ATM and you can extract withdraw your money from your account, you don't actually have to go to the bank. Your bank might be a couple of miles away, whereas your bank is just very, very close by. So you just press a button, insert your card, type in a 4-digit PIN code, and you can withdraw your money. It's really that simple. So how can a hacker hack your ATM? It's very, very simple. So what he does is, as you can see on your left hand side, the hacker installs a skimmer. It's a small skimming device. What this does is it clones your credit card, it clones your debit card or whatever ATM card that you're putting inside. It makes a copy of it, an electronic copy of it. So the hacker needs your credit card or your debit card number, and thanks to the skimmer that you see on your left hand side, the skimmer looks exactly like your actual card reader, and it is placed superimposed on top of it so that people cannot make out that it was actually there. The only way you can actually make out that there is a skimmer is it might be a little difficult for you to put in your credit card. It won't slide in very easily. So if that happens, do not use those debit cards at all. Just get away from that place. Okay. The second thing that we need to actually hack you, the first thing I needed was your debit card number. So thank you very much. The ATM skimmer gave me that detail. On the right hand side, you see that these same guys also put in a fake keypad that looks exactly like the real one. Okay, so what this one will do is it will store your four-digit PIN code, and thank you very much. You can check your balance in the next 5 minutes. It's all over. Your account is totally gone blank. So this is how people can hack. ATM skimmers can hack your details. So they don't even have to go near you. They don't even have to show a gun on your head to take your money. At the end of the day, they will come and they will take it away. This is especially happening in places where there is very few traffic, or people rarely visit those kind of ATMs. So those ATMs are usually automated. For a few moments, there is a power outage, and that's when those hackers come. They put in those skimming devices, and then they go away, and nobody is a little wiser about that. And at the end of the day, they come and then they collect whatever information that they have got. In certain cases, these skimmer devices will automatically transmit that particular message to the hackers, and they can instantly hack you and they can steal your data. So this is the skimming devices are one of the ways in which hacking is done. So how do you protect yourself from such attacks? One thing is, do not go to locations which are rarely visited. Go to ATMs which are a little crowded. Hackers dare not go to crowded localities because there's a very high chance of getting caught there. Whereas in the areas which are very slimly populated, there's a great chance. So even if you have to stand in the queue, it's okay, but it's really worth it because there's very, very less chance of you getting hacked there. Rule number 2 is whenever you are entering any information, make sure that you always get two-way authentication on your mobile phones. Whenever you have mobile phones and you get an instant message, nowadays most of the banks have made it mandatory that in case you get a transaction which is happening at odd hours, or you're getting a transaction which is not doesn't look legitimate, you can cancel that transaction within the next 3 hours. If you inform your bank in the next 3 hours, the transaction will be reversed. Okay, so that's the advantage of using two-way authentication, where you get an SMS alert. So that's one way you can protect yourself from ATM hacking and from skimmers. So as ethical hackers, we were really worried about this particular factor, and so we approached the banks, we approached the ATM centers, we approached the companies that were into credit card and all that, and we told them, guys, this is how hackers can hack you. So using skimmers. So they said, okay, we'll protect you. How did they decide to protect themselves? They created wireless credit cards. Okay, they said, if you use the skimmers, you can hack me. So great, I'm going to go wireless. Now you can't hack me. I'm not inserting anything into the skimmer. So have they made the work easier, or have they made the work more complicated? Just for your information, yeah, SBI introduced OTP for ATM withdrawals between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Yes, okay, that's great. It's become easier, actually, not complicated, Karthik. It's become easier. And how has it become easier? Okay, now I don't actually need, to even, yes, Titan Watch with SBI. Okay, okay. Okay, so yeah, so now it's become easier. Why? Because now I don't even have to touch your card. I don't have to physically touch your card. There are lots of apps. I'm not going to name those apps that are available right on the Android platform, which you can use to read your own credit card number, even if your credit card number is in your wallet and it's far away from you. It could even read it up to a distance of around 2 to 3 feet. So I could come near you and say, "Excuse me, can you show me the way to the nearest MACD?" I'm not interested in MACD, but what I'm doing is I'm bringing my mobile phone somewhere wherever I feel is your wallet, and if it holds a credit card, within a few seconds, I will be reading your credit card information. Okay, so okay, yes, yes, yes. You can use it for transactions less than 2000. RFID reader, yes, that's right. So RFID readers are tools which are available on the internet. I'm talking about an app that you can have right there on your mobile phone. Of course, I'm not going to name those tools because that can be very, very heavily misused. So it's a very, very dangerous thing to have a Wi-Fi credit card. The only way you can actually protect your Wi-Fi credit card from getting hacked is just by using an aluminum cover, and you can buy a steel casing or an aluminum casing and keep your mobile phones in them. That's the only security against them. Okay, otherwise there's nothing can save you from hacking them. The better way would be for you to lock your credit cards whenever you're not using them. That's the way you can circumvent this. Otherwise, it's very, very easy for you to be hacked. So these are the two devices that we talked about. The third one, this is dangerous, guys. Okay, if I wanted to hack you, always use these lovely looking pens. Okay, so we have spy. Now this is not a James Bond movie. This is real life, and you can get those pens for cheap as $2,000 in the Amazon Indian site, and you can just it has approximately 1080 megapixels recording. Sorry, 12 megapixels of recording, and up to HD quality recording. It has up to 16 or even as high as 32 GB of backup. And if you see the compression ratio, it can record up to 7 days of recording non-stop. And you can have high resolution video recording, you can have high density audio recording, and all that without any flashing, any lights. So there's a hidden camera, there's a hidden SD card inside there, and it has got, it looks just like a normal pen. The best part, it even writes. You can use it for writing purposes also, and when you're recording somebody, nobody can even come to know about it. So that's the first one, that is using the spy pens concept. People can hack you while you're doing something, or maybe while you're there are lots of ways. We'll talk about them in the next upcoming slides. Let's talk about spy bulbs. Okay, those spy bulbs look just like your normal LED or your CFL bulbs, but the only thing is it has got an inbuilt 360 degrees fish eye camera, and this one is being used very, very popularly in a lot of places. It was banned earlier in India because there were lots of people who were using it in ladies changing room for obvious reasons. I don't have to go into details to tell you about that. They were banned in India, but they are back with a bang, and these are being used by lots of people. Some reasons are justified. Say, for example, you have got old parents in your home, and you don't know whether your maid is taking good care of the parents in your absence, or whether she's just watching a movie and XYZ stuff, or there are wants to know whether something hanky is going on in my absence when I'm not at home. If they want to know that, there's this bulb, and that gives you instant live video recording of everything that is going on in your house. Okay, they use it to watch over the kids, especially if the parents are working and the kids are alone at home, just to see whether they're up to some mischief, or whether whether the neighbors are causing them any troubles, or whether some of the kids are misbehaving or anything like that. Okay, so these spy bulbs are unfortunately very common now. Remember guys, I have mentioned a disclaimer that you are not going to use any of these for unethical purposes. It's my duty to show you as a trainer, but please be warned that it's a cyber crime to install these kind of devices without written permission from the owner of the place. Okay, it's a cyber crime to do that. Next is hidden hook spy camera. Now you just like a hook, you can't even make out there's anything suspicious there. And again, these were caught in some ladies changing rooms, but unfortunately they have still not been banned. So these are just looking like ordinary stuff. There is a spy socket camera. You can actually charge your mobile phone on this. The sockets on the two sockets on the top, they actually work, and the center one is the one which actually has your camera there, and it can record up to 16 to 32 GB of your data. That is like almost another week's worth of data. Audio and video recording can be done, and it even has motion sensor, so in case there is no motion, it goes silent. Okay, so this is your spy socket camera. Charger cameras that look just like chargers, and in fact there are certain lovely chargers where as soon as you charge, you plug into my charger, all the data from your mobile comes to me. Thank you very much. So just plug into my charger and it automatically downloads every single file on your. This one isn't that. This one is a normal camera. It's just a hidden camera, but there are certain chargers which have those facilities also. Just trying to scare you guys, don't worry. Okay, yeah. Next thing is power bank cameras. Like lovely power banks, but very expensive power banks. That's a good question, Akib. How to detect the presence of these devices? There are some third-party apps, and there are detection devices. Some of them can be detected. Most of them, you just run those devices over, and you can make whether it's bugged devices or bug-free devices, because most of them radiate RFID frequencies, and you can use RFID detectors to do that. Most of the cybercrime cells do have these kinds of devices. So that is a good question, Akib. So yes, your power bank camera will definitely, even it has a night vision there, and infrared lights in case you want to, record somebody in the night. You can do that. This one's lovely. You could give somebody a wall clock, and you could have a hidden camera sitting inside that, right there, recording everything and anything that you do. Most of this looks like spy stuff to me, but I'm here to tell you. Okay, we have got these lovely looking, those ladies' purses. They look ladies' handbags, very cute looking ladies' handbags. They come with 16 GB of storage and audio and video recording. Thank you very much. It's lovely how these things can be used for various kinds of what was those, they used to expose those politicians doing what was that thing, there's a specific word. Okay, yes, yeah, so that's why this session, no, it was not string attack, it was some other word. Operation is the right word, yes. So using those sting operations, you can use this. We have got keychains that look like normal keychains, and they even you can open your car with that. But then these are also hidden cameras inside that. There's lovely stuff there where you can hack somebody. Topic of keychains. Let's talk about this is one of the most dangerous devices out here, and few people are aware of it. So we usually nowadays we don't have that system of locking your cars and system anymore. We have nowadays it's just a remote control. Press a button and your car beeps saying I'm locked. Okay, you press the button and the car beeps saying that I'm unlocked. Right? We are used to that. Okay, so welcome to the world of cybercrime. Now imagine that you are just locking your car in the mall and you're going to buy something. So imagine a hacker like me sitting out there with the laptop in the parking lot. As soon as you click your remote control, that signal is intercepted by this particular device that you see on your screen. It's a car unlocker. It's basically called as a roll jam. So this roll jam is a lovely device that you can captures the signal that you just transmitted. And for some reason you feel that, oh my God, my car didn't get locked because there was no beep. You press it again and your car gets locked perfectly. But what happened to that previous signal? That signal has been captured by me. And now I'm watching that now you have gone shopping and you're not coming back for 10-15 minutes. What I'll do is I'll just immediately, I will use this, the stored signal to unlock your car. I will get inside your car, I'll drive your car, and by the time you're back, most of your parts have been sold off to some garage or the other. So this is how hackers can steal cars, and you can see lots of videos like this online. Okay, YouTube. I'm not just kidding you. I'm not just making up stories. This is how car robbing is actually done in the Western countries. Okay, it's not being done in India, thank goodness, because of the lack of awareness. That's about it, nothing else. Okay, because people are not aware that such technologies exist. So I really hope this doesn't get viral. All this information doesn't get viral. It shouldn't get viral actually. And I'll request you guys, if you're recording this, please delete that recording. Don't show it to other people. It's dangerous. Okay. So this can be really, really misused by the wrong kind of mentality people. Okay. The next is your rubber ducky keylogger. Okay. So here's another way. I just come to you and say, excuse me, I want a printout. Can you just help me with a printout copy? And it will be a harmless Word or a PDF document that I want to print out. The moment you insert my pen drive in your system, immediately it will start recording all the information from your system, including your browser details, whatever passwords are stored in your browser, and if at all you have stored your Gmail or your Facebook or your Instagram credentials or whatever else that you have been doing, I would get all those credentials right into my rubber ducky keylogger in less than a minute. It takes something like 30 seconds to 40 seconds for it to actually download all that data. And I will thank you for your printout. I will pay you and I'll go back. Thank you very much. I got all your information. So it's really that lovely here. Yes. So yeah, somebody's saying majority of the devices are available on Amazon sites. Yes, they are. Actually, yes, that's most of the countries do not have cyber laws, and most of the countries are not even aware that these kind of things can be misused. So yes, talking about India, right now, India is in a very it's in a infant stage of cyber world. We do not understand cyber crime very well yet. You have seen what has been happening in the lockdown. You have got lots of friends who have had this experience. My Paytm account has been hacked. My Google account has been hacked. My net banking has been hacked. Has it happened to you guys recently, or somebody related to you? Have you heard of this happening, especially in the last 5 to 6 months during the lockdown period? Cyber crime has been tremendously on the rise. Okay, there's a lot of lack of money. Economy is shut down. Yes, so I think, Upsir has had this experience, I believe, Upsir Big, and I'm sure it also applies to most of us, where you have got some friend or the other talking about it, that my money has been this thing. Yes, spamming was also more, and lots of attacks. Yes, Divakar agrees. So these are some of the things that are going on there. Cybercrime is very much on the rise, and somebody's asked me, Bethany has been asking me, do we have cyber laws? The answer is yes, but don't ask me whether we are obeying those laws, and please don't ask me whether somebody is actually, you can say, doing something about it. That one. Okay, so yes, in principle, there are laws. Are they being followed? Okay, people calling I won Amazon prize and giving away laptops and mobiles. Yes, very true. That's a great thing that you did, Anubhav. That's really awareness. Great, awesome. All right, let's talk about the next thing, land turtle. So someday if I drop in into your office for a cup of tea, please don't allow me to go into your server room even for a second. Okay, because if I go into your server room just for a second, I just plug in this tiny little device that looks like that's a land turtle. So what this will do is I just plug it in and then plug in your your internet or your network connection through that. So what is happening is now my land turtle is watching and monitoring all your network traffic. So now I am having access to your entire network. Everything that you're doing, I'm able to see on my computer screen. Okay, yes, and you're saying, Akib is saying that SMS starting, we have the same amount ready to be credited to our bank. Yes. Yashwant is saying, I got multiple calls saying that your debit card is blocked. Do you want me to enable it? Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to talk about that in detail also in the next few slides. I'm going to talk about what we call as phishing attacks, and that's what this is all about. Yes, so that's what cybersecurity is all about. Understanding what the heck, how these people are actually hacking us. Okay, some ISP providers are asking us to provide AnyDesk. Yes, do not install AnyDesk on your on your computers. If at all you have to install it, if you have got a close friend who's helping you out, definitely install AnyDesk or TeamViewer, and once the work is done, remove it. Okay, do not give AnyDesk or a TeamViewer 24/7 access to your mobile phones or computers. That's very, very dangerous. So that was a good question by Chiranjeev, and Yashwant is also saying no way you shouldn't give it. Okay, great. All right, so let's and let's talk about our favorite. Okay, all of us start our day with WhatsApp. So what if I told you that there was a nice little lovely app out there in the world that allows me to type in your mobile number. All I need is your WhatsApp number. That's all, and not a very difficult thing to get. And then I could choose whether to read all your WhatsApp messages and all the files, videos, and the media that you have accessed in the last entire year. Hmm? That's all I need to do. I just need your mobile number. I don't even need to know your name. Okay, how comfortable and would you like to feel? That is something, that's a lovely tool. I'm sure that you would want to see somebody else's mobile details right now, and maybe your mouth is watering, just waiting for me to tell you more about it. But then, what if somebody was to watch you? And I'm talking about those chats and those videos that you have deleted also, because you've deleted. Remember, you've deleted from your mobile phone, but it is still there on the server, lying out there, waiting for people like us to download. Guys, okay. So yeah, blackmail start. Yes, absolutely. So that's a a lovely, very lovely tool that was available once upon a time, guys. So let me tell you, this tool is no longer available. You are safe. Okay, I'm seeing some of you are feeling upset about that. Oh my God, I had a golden chance and it's gone now, right? So this WhatsApp hacker, it was called WhatsApp hacking tool, and there was another one called as Web Hacker that has been deleted by ethical hackers, cybersecurity professionals like us, simply because exactly as what Yashwant says, is to prevent blackmailing. And actually, it's my data, it's my private information. I don't want any third party to see it. I'm not even sharing it with my friends. I'm not even sharing it with my closest buddies. Why would I want to share it with a total stranger out there? Right. So you would be surprised to know that this tool was available a couple of years ago, just a couple of years ago. And it was, the subscription charge was 1,250 Indian rupees. As cheap as that. Okay, that's nothing. It's peanuts. Absolutely peanuts. Know everything about you, whatever you have chatted one for an entire year. It was really such a dangerous tool. Okay, so the only reason why I'm giving is there's no way that you can get these tools anywhere except on the dark web. Okay, we'll talk about dark web perhaps in the next class. We'll get into detail there, because in today's session we are now we are talking about social engineering attacks, similar to what you guys have already shared. So this is one of the the top portals in job portals in India. So usually you get a fraudulent call from people who say, "Hello, can I speak to Mr. Sharma?" And then they will tell you that I want to reimburse your money because I see that you have not been getting the kind of services that you wanted. So reimbursing your money. The next slide is we are going to talk about. I'm going to have to put your debit card number, your PIN, and your CVV. For me to process it, you can use my Paytm login ID. So and so is my username. So and so is my password. See, you trust me with your you with my password. So they are building a rapport with you, making you feel as if they are sharing the details. Okay, they allow you to transfer a couple of rupees, some money into their account. Say maybe transfer something to just see whether the transaction is okay. And once they do it, they say, okay, yeah, you give you that. The moment you credit number, expiry date, CVV, Thank you very much. You can check your at 2:30 a.m. in the night, your money account will be blank. It doesn't happen during banking hours. They never operate during banking hours. Usually it's at extremely odd hours where they are sure that nobody is going to lift your phone. Okay, and by the time you can actually call the banking support, your money is cleaned. I actually had a phone call from one of my friends who was living around 2:30 a.m. in the morning. She was a retiree, and she said, Jasmin, hey, my account is being hacked. I just got an SMS from the bank saying 20,000 has been debited. It was like 2:30 a.m. I was still groggy. I was just trying to. And by the time I got out what's going on, another 20,000. I just gave her a number, and by the time she could stop it, she lost another number. So 60,000 lost in her account in a gap of 5 to 7 minutes before she could call up the the net banking support and told them to just block her card. It's been 6 months, and she's still not got that amount back. So that's what really happens when you talk to tollers on the phone and we give them this information. So coming back, same moral of the story: do not trust anyone. Okay, no banker and no professional would ever ask you for your net banking details. No banker would ever ask you for any details. Okay, they all your details. If they don't have your details, they are frauds. Very simple. And most of them will either and say, now this happened to me actually. Somebody called me and said, I'm talking from your bank, and I'm sorry to say that your bank is, the bank server is being modified. So please share your net banking details so that I can keep your account active. Otherwise, your account will be frozen. So the first question that I asked him is, which bank? He couldn't answer that question. So he just bluffed a couple of banks. Luckily, I was not owning any of the accounts in that bank, and I called his bluff then and there. Hacker had no idea which bank I am having my account in. So that's something that you could also get yourself protected from, being very alert. And any which ways, it's a good idea never to share your details. Yes, Srinivas is asking something. Doesn't WhatsApp do end-to-end encryption to protect from hacking? Let me tell you, Srinivas, end-to-end encryption is not what it was supposed to be. Okay, that's all I can share on this online chat. So if you meet in person, I can even show you certain things of how you can, same issue. Yeah. So Akib, it happened to you. He didn't know which bank. Okay, great. So username, password, don't worry. All right. Yes. So yes, now let's talk about phishing attacks. So this was an example of social engineer attack. Phishing attacks are those lovely things where you create. Which is this website, guys? Have you seen this website before? How do those guys get your email address? Okay, I'll answer your question after this slide, Chiranjeev. How they get our details? I'll talk about this. Yes, guys. So tell me about which bank is this? Yes, Yashwant, that's very clever. So it looks like an ICICI Bank site, but it's not ICICI Bank. Okay, how do we identify a fake site from a real site? So first of all, just look at the URL, and in the URL you will find that it says HTTP. A bank will never have HTTP. It have HTTPS. HTTPS S stands for secure, right? Step second, details that they ask you, those lovely little looking lovely stuff that they are asking you for your user ID, asking you for your password, debit card and ATM number and transaction password. Thank you very much.
What is join the meeting?
Yes. So the two things that it is lacking, first is it doesn't have the HTTP S, and the second thing that it doesn't have is it doesn't have the lock system. Any secure website, let me show you some of the secure websites right here. Just drag this away. Let me say, I'm just going to, let's go to Amazon. So if you see secure or not, let me just copy paste this in my notepad right here, and just now can you see HTTPS? That's one way. This is partly verifying the security. The other way to verify your security, the lock is your connection is secure. There is a circuit a valid certificate which you can verify online. Even give you the details of the cookies and everything. So it is very, very transparent. It allows you to you inspect yourself, and only a secure website would allow you to do that. Compared to a non-secure website, my website is non-secure. Okay, I'm just showing you my website, and displays that icon there, not secure. Now obviously I don't need a secure website because mine is an informational website. It just I use it for branding purposes, for self branding purposes, so I don't need security. I'm not collecting any data from anybody, and neither am I storing data, so it's absolutely okay not to have any kind of branding done. But yes, you can make out that if I were to ask you for credit card information, you're definitely not supposed to share it on my website or any website that has been labeled as not secure. So this is a big no-no nowadays. People are getting acquainted. The problem is you and me are very, very well acquainted. But what about the previous generation? The previous generation, unfortunately, is not tech savvy, and most of the attacks we find are happening on senior citizens, and some are happening on people who are not really, really tech savvy. So, moral of the story is your bank will never, never, never ask you for your net banking details ever, simply because they already have those details on the server. Even if you know that bank employee and still that bank employee is asking you for the details, never share it. Go to the branch and you can fill up a form and you can give them those details in writing. Never, never, never like this. Okay, never online. That's very, very dangerous. Yes. So now, voice is breaking. Hi, just give me a quick feedback. Are you able to hear me? I just got a. Okay, now it's clear. All right, so maybe it was a temporary glitch. Thanks so much. Thanks for. Okay, all right. At times. All right, so that's what we get from the welcome to the lockdown period. This is what happens. Yes, I. Question is gone. Do guys, yeah, get our details? Yeah. So how do these guys get our email addresses, and how do these guys get our phone numbers? This is a lovely phishing attack by itself. Whenever you go to the mall, whenever you're gone to the the metro, or whenever you are traveling by the airport, asking you for your details. Excuse me, sir, credit card. Excuse me, sir, so and so. Sometimes I go to the malls and there is always somebody standing out there, very eager to give a lucky draw. Okay, so sir, there's a chance for a lucky draw. All you have to do is just fill up this form, and guess what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'll fill up the form, obviously. Because maybe I'll earn a few $1,000, or maybe I'll earn a few $1,000,000. Why should I say no? There's nothing is obviously because it's a lucky draw. You put in your correct name, you're going to put in your correct phone number, and thank you very much, guys. You have just been. If you ever won a lucky draw, ever? Answer is never. Okay. What do they do with that lucky draw? They sell it. You start SIM card from insurance people, from credit card providers, and this is how your information is being shared. In the other countries, there are rules and regulations where these people can be put behind bars for sharing such information. Welcome to India. There are no such rules and regulations. That information can be shared by hundreds and thousands of people, and this is how you get this thing. So again, that same rule follows: do not trust anyone with your data. Okay. So the next one is example of SBI that looks just like an SBI bank. Let me tell you, coming back to the ICICI bank, I just have something to share with you. So, and this is something that really happened. I promise you live case studies, and that's what we are discussing. A couple of years ago, somebody created a website that was. Okay, so they created this kind of a domain, and they actually coming from support at the rate This one. Genuine saying so help desk at bank.com. Now, do you see what is the name? What is it? See,
LC,
I
LC.
see. You there is a dot. See how clever these people are. And how meticulously they have planned. It's LCLCL, yes. And sometimes it can be ICICI bank.co.in, or it can be ICICI bank.biz or ICICI bank.org. You don't know. You don't know, man. Okay, so you can buy these domains for as cheap as 899 INR, and that's it. You buy that and you can make millions out of it, of the internet. So this is what is happening out in the world, and you don't even know most of it. Guys, somebody is on unmute. Can you please mute? There's a little bit of a background noise coming from you. Thanks so much. Okay. Yes. Bank.com. I had a just around before we went into lockdown, there had exactly the same problem. Somebody had created a fake email address, and they had collected funds from their existing clients using that fake email address. There was a little bit of a change in the spelling, and nobody saw it. Nobody, absolutely nobody saw it. And you wouldn't believe that there were a lot of transactions. They were still tracking how much transactions they actually lost. It was a financial corporation, and a huge loss happened because of that. So yeah, first is capital and other smalls. No, but you cannot have capital and small here in the internet. All are small letters, so you can't do that, Anand. That's a good idea, but you can't do that. Okay. Similarly, now this one SBI, there's a phishing attack. See, it says you get fake selection letters. They will ask you that. It happens to me all the time. I get win a lottery every single day, and I get a job from Microsoft also. I get a job from Coca-Cola also, and all this without even buying a lottery, guys. So it happens to us all the time. You get fake selection letters. You get this. You get that. Remember, and this is actually published by SBI only. I've just taken the screenshot for you guys. It is actually published by SBI. If you are checking whether you have really got it, please make sure that you go to this site. That is, you go to sbi.co.in or SBI banking, careers. Only if it is authenticated on their website, you should apply for it. What they are doing is they are collecting information from you in the millions. Everybody wants to work in SBI Bank. Okay, who would want to lose that chance? So people will fill up their forms. Thousands and millions of people will fill up their forms. And what is happening is you're sharing all your information. When you are uploading your CV, you are giving your address, you are giving your phone number. Some of you are even sharing your passport details and your Aadhaar card details in your CV, guys. Okay, and this is how those hackers collect your data, right? Okay. Fake password expiry notices. You will get a message saying that, excuse me, your password is about to expire in the next hours. Please click the link below. Guys, never click a link below from someone you do not trust. Okay, because the links are definitely going to be those lovely malicious links that are going to take away your details. We get those lovely little chain messages. You have seen those. Okay, you get those good morning messages and those say, hey guys, if you don't forward this message in the next 24 hours, okay, what's going to happen is, WhatsApp is not going to remain free. And then you have to start paying money. I'm the CEO of WhatsApp, and I'm going to get. How many of you have got these kind of messages? Yeah. How many of you got these messages, such kind of chain messages, guys? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Shashikaran has got it. Rajkumar has got it. So I think everyone. Yeah. Everyone's got it, right? So this is what's happening. Okay, you get those chain messages showing you your favorite god. It could be Krishna. It could be Jesus. It could be Buddha. It could be any of your favorite gods, and they share that this is a message from God. And you 2 groups and 20 of your friends. If you don't share it in the next 5 minutes, you're going to have 7.5 years of bad luck. And if you share it, you're going to get excellent news. Okay, you're going to get a bumper job. You're going to get millions of in the next days. You're going to get excellent news. Okay, what they're doing is they are banking on your superstitions. In short, chain messages do not work. Okay, if you don't share the message in the next 24 hours, you're going to flunk in your exams. If you don't share the message in the next 24 hours, your grandmother is going to pass away. Oh my God, grandmother is already sick. Let me share it not to 20 people, but to 40 people. So that if God really wants to communicate with you, God does not need the internet. Okay, so it's absolutely safe for you to delete those messages. Okay, so you can, in fact, if you get the messages from your friends, please give them back those messages because it has never happened. Okay, I'm not forwarding that text message to 10 people. Okay, so this has never happened. Don't worry, it will never happen. Okay, what is happening? Why do these people send such chain messages? There's only one reason. Inside these messages, we can hide secret messages. Inside these messages, you can hide codes, hidden codes. And as soon as you download them, you don't even have to open them. You just have to download them. The moment you download them on your device, it runs a code, and all your information is taken up. So that good morning message. Along with the good morning message, you've stolen all the details that were there on my mobile phone. And not only did you steal the information from me, now because I was superstitious, I shared this information with 200 more people, and thanks to me, 200 more people got hacked. You see the power of chain messages? Okay, so never. Oh, hello. I just saw that message. Am I okay now? In case my voice is cracking, I'll request one of you to unmute and say, is it okay now? Can you hear me? Okay, thanks for that feedback. Okay, so 1 second. There's a question here that says there was a fraud message from ICICI as bankrupt, and IT people at night can be withdrawing that money and all that. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's a impact in messages. Yes. So one of the things he's asking me. Rather than compute audio, but then it's right. I'll have to configure that. I'll do that in the next session if you feel this is happening. Okay, there's something wrong with my internet right now. If it's okay. All right. So here we have what to do, and how to prevent ourselves from downloading that message. So let me tell you what you can do and how you can protect yourself. Never keep your mobile phone or auto download. Okay, only download the messages that you press the download button to download. What happens is by default, whenever you're in that Wi-Fi zone, automatically all your videos and all your messages get downloaded. Make sure you prevent that. Go to your settings and block everything from being downloaded automatically. You choose what you want to download. It will help you in 2 ways. It will stop your mobile from hanging. It will stop that junk from coming into your mobile phone, and it will also prevent you from getting hacked. Okay, so this is what you should be doing and protect yourself from these lovely chain messages. All right. So now talking about hacking, what exactly is hacking? Hacking is expanding the capabilities of any electronic device. So hacking is not exactly a bad thing. So is hacking good or is hacking bad? Is the question that comes to your mind, right? So is hacking a good thing, guys? Are hackers good guys or bad guys?
Bad.
They're both. Okay. Balaji is saying both. Somebody said bad. Om is saying they are both. Yes. Ethics matter. Yes. Ethics are good. Not all are good. Yes. So it's like I'm asking you whether a gun, guys, is a gun good thing or a bad thing? Shashikaran says is good. Sanjeev says is both. Yes. See, a gun, man, it's a neutral thing. It depends. Absolutely right. Yashwant, it depends on whom. It depends on the user. So are you using that gun to protect somebody? You are a good guy. If you're using that gun to kill somebody, you're a bad guy. It's really that simple. Okay, it's exactly, yes, Mohammed. It depends on how you use it. That's exactly what hacking is. So hacking for criminal purposes, for stealing my credit card information, you are a bad hacker. But if you're hacking my ATM and you're hacking my password, and then you're coming and telling me, excuse me, Jasmine, this is how you can protect yourself. Your password is weak, man. This is what you should do to protect yourself. Then you're a good hacker. Okay, so hackers are neither good nor bad. It depends on how you use it. That's rightly said by you guys. Okay, yes, based on the purpose. It depends on how you use it. Absolutely. All right. So stealing of the data of or information without the prior permission of the owner is bad hacking. Okay, unauthorized access to computers for stealing your data and corrupting your data is bad hacking. Anything modifying anything outside of the creator's actual original purpose. Okay, mobile phones were invented for you to use, not for hackers to use. So when a hacker uses your mobile phone, that's bad. When you use your mobile phone, that's good. Okay, so in the history, we have hacking is not something new. It started in 1960s. Electric trains were hacked. Earlier, the maximum speed was 40 kilometers, and after hacking, they were able to go up to 80 kilometers and then as high as meters. So electric trains were hacked to increase their speed. Hacking was done then. In 1970s, freaks, or you can say phone hackers, used the telephone system. They used to hack the telephone systems to make free phone calls. Okay, 1970s, there was no Geo, so there were no free phone calls. It was very, very expensive to buy a phone. It was very, very expensive to make phone calls. So it was very, very cheap. I mean, there were freaks who used to hack phones and make free phone calls. In 1980s, computers were invented, and they started hacking computer systems. And in 1990s, internet came, and since then, hackers have been there. I've been there. You've been there. We have all been busy. Okay, so thanks to the world of internet, now I don't actually have to visit your computer, sitting from my home. All right. Bad hackers hack. The bad hackers have only one reason to hack you. I'm so sorry. The bad hackers will hack you to your information, to destroy your enemy's computer network. They could do it for financial gain. They could into your system. They could put in some, they could either delete your data or they could steal your credit card information. They would use it for espionage purposes. Espionage is basically, stealing your competitor's data and selling it to your competitor, that kind of a thing. Then we could have, there are some lovely souls who have been thrown out of their company, and then they want to, vent their attack on their bosses, and they want to tell the world how wonderful their boss is and give them secrets about the company and all that. So that's venting anger at a company or an organization. Then we have cyber terrorism. So, somebody had asked Albert Einstein, Third World War be fought. So Albert Einstein said that the Third World War will not be fought on the battlegrounds. They will be computer systems, and that's exactly what we are seeing right now. Okay, if you really want, to attack a country, down their stock market servers, you don't actually have to, use your nuclear bombs and just cyber terrorism is more than sufficient to get the work done nowadays. Okay, and that's where the Third World War is being fought. I'm not saying that it will be fought. I'm saying that okay, there are several countries, our neighbor now, and that war is not happening on the border as much as it is happening in the computer systems. Okay, so that's cyber terrorism for us. People use, had their hacking skills for prank. People use and one of the main reasons why people hack is because they can. Okay, that's the bad part of hacking. Now let's talk about the good part of hacking, and the question, what is ethical about hacking? So what is ethical about hacking is, ethical hackers can work for the government, for the military, for the Navy, for the Air Force, for any corporates, only for one purpose, to make sure that you're enough. Okay. Why would you want to appoint a hacker? Because the problems, these are the weaknesses and vulnerabilities on your website, on your server, and in your computer application. My friend, this is what you have to do to protect yourself from cyber criminals. Okay, so they will trace the cyber criminals and they will expose the wrongdoings in the top organizations. We'll talk about it in the next few slides. Okay, I believe we have the types of hackers now. So there are 8 types of hackers. Let's talk. The first one is first kiddie is anybody who goes on the internet, they will watch a YouTube video, they will watch a blog, and then they will just download a script and they will tell you, excuse me, I know hacking now. So what they're doing is, okay, these are small children who are watching videos. It can they need not be small kids, but small kids are notorious for this kind of things. They tell that I know hacking, but they are actually just beginners. They are just copying pasting content from somebody and think that they are hacking. So this was script kiddie. Second one is a white hat. So the white hat is the hero of our story. The white hat are the good people who will actually hack your data, and they will tell you that these are the problems, this is how you can protect your network, this is how they will assess your security, they will give you the loopholes and the weaknesses in your computers, and then they will tell you how you can protect yourself. Okay, so that is white hat hacking. The third type of a hacker is a black hat hacker, also called as a cracker. Okay, so the black hats are obviously the villains of our story. These are the bad guys, and they use the weak security. They use the weaknesses in the computer systems to steal credit card information, to create viruses, to steal your data, and use it for whatever malicious purposes that they have. So these are the black hat guys. So the white hat guys are the people who are traveling in buses, and the black hat guys are the people who are traveling in the Ferraris usually. I'm just kidding, but these are the ones which are behind bars most of the time. So the fourth one in the story is, now what is in between black and white, guys? What is the color, that combination of black and white? Gray, right? Right, absolutely. So Rajkumar, Prashant, and James, yes. The fourth type of hacker is a gray hat hacker. A gray hat hacker is a guy who will use their hacking skills sometimes to help you, and sometimes to for personal benefits, whatever is that personal benefit. Small things, they will they will book one pair of shoes from Amazon, or rather they will pay for one pair of shoes for Amazon, and they will end up receiving 10 pairs of shoes for that particular price by manipulating a little bit of data here and there and doing that, or maybe getting a free ride on Uber by hacking some of those their discount code coupons and all that. So these are the gray hat hackers who use or rather misuse their hacking skills, but not to a very very bad extent, just for a little bit of personal profit here and there, not really for malicious intentions. So these are the gray hat hackers who will sometimes help you and sometimes they violate the laws. Green hat hacker. So the green hat hackers are slightly better than script kiddies. These are the people who actually care about hacking. They are serious in hacking, and they are striving to become better hackers. So this is you guys. You have come to this class obviously for the intention of learning hacking, and now you have promoted yourself from that category of script kiddies. You have become at least a green hat. You have started your journey, and some of you, I know some of you are professionals, and you are just waiting for me to show you those actual hacking tools and getting into that in the next session that we are going to do once we have covered these the concepts, because I don't want anybody to be blank about what's going on. Excuse me, I didn't know what this means. All right, so that's green hat hackers for us. The next one I list, red hat hacker. So red hat hackers are those guys who were once upon a time white hat hackers, but now they have become a little dangerous. When I say dangerous, they are not bad guys, but they are using their skill to stop the black hats. But the only way they do it is they use it aggressively. They do not report it to the cybercrime cell. They take it on their personal selves. So you can call them vigilantes, or you can call them, you can say, sometimes they destroy the hackers' computers, and sometimes they actually hurt and sometimes even kill those black hat hackers. So these are those, you can say, the aggressive and the dangerous version of white hat hackers. So that's why the red sign. They are the rebels. You can call them, yes, Om. So that's the red hat hackers. And the next one is a blue hat hacker. A blue hat hacker was once upon a time a black hat hacker. Okay, these are not exactly part of the security terms, security firms. Those are the white hat hackers. White hat hackers work for the security firms, but some security firms or some top organizations will sometimes hire a black hat hacker and will ask that person to troubleshoot the system and appoint them for a particular project. Now, you guys tell me, why would a company want to hire who has already been probably put behind bars several times for hacking? Why would anybody in their right mind approach a criminal, a cyber criminal, for hacking purposes? Guys, to blow the whistle? Not exactly. No, no, but that's a good thing. Keep coming, keep coming. Yeah. Any other answers? Why would somebody hire a blue hat? Because of his knowledge. Oh, white hats also have knowledge, Udaya Kumar. I agree. So white hat hackers to check the security of the firm, then why are you hiring blue hats? To test their products? Yes, but then why not to mitigate the threat of the application on the web? They carry the yes. Dinesh Kumar. Dinesh is giving the right answer because they can think on the other side. And yes, Dinesh has also said because they don't care about ethics. Very true. Criminals know the way. White hat hacker will always think of it from the ethical point of view, whereas a black hat will first think of it from the illegal perspective. So sometimes you need a malicious mind. Sometimes you need a mind that thinks out of the box and that thinks illegally first. So yes, they know the loopholes far better. They know how the bad hackers think. Absolutely right answer. Yes, so sometimes you need the blue hats because the white hat will always hack you legally, whereas the black hat will first think of the illegal ways to hack you. And that is where, yes, it is sometimes necessary to bring these people. You have to bail them out of jail, and then you have to put them on your platform and tell them, excuse me, hack me and show me.
Has left the meeting.
So many of the multi-million dollar firms, corporates, they use these kind of help from such kind of people. They even have bug bounties and they challenge the black hat hackers to hack their websites, and they pay them well. Once they hack their website, they pay them well, and they tell them it's like anything between $1,000 to $20,000 or $25,000 for one single hack, reporting one single hack. And it's amazing the amount of money because they are serious about their security. Okay, so that's where blue hat hackers come into the principle. How do they contain these black hats if they let them hack? No, you're misunderstanding. Gokulnath, that's a good question. See, you hire those blue hat hackers to come into your office and to hack your system and then show how you were hacked. But this is basically called penetration testing, Gokulnath. So penetration testing is like I will penetrate your defenses and I will show you where are the weak holes, the loopholes. The only way that you can become a good cybersecurity professional is by first understanding how you can be hacked. Only when you know how you can be hacked can you protect yourself. Am I right? You got that, Gokulnath? Did I answer your question? Okay. So your first step is find out, come on man, hack and show me. So now that you know, Mahesha is talking about the Die Hard 4 movie, the blue hat becomes a black hat. I haven't seen this movie. I think I should. All right, so that's great. So Die Hard, I think Bruce Willis, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check it out. So yes, that can also happen. Yes, blue hats are basically dangerous guys. They know a lot about your weaknesses of your system. So yeah, you should be careful. And that's how the group was. By the way, we'll talk about that in the next session. Let's talk about hacktivism. Hacker is a hacktivist. The eighth hacker is a person who uses hacking skills for revealing, or you can say, as somebody said, whistleblowers, for revealing all the bad things that are going on in the in the political circle or going on in the government or falling in lots of other circles. Now in India, it's absolutely okay. It's a democratic country where it's okay to talk about and you can say tease our prime ministers and tease our presidents and all. It's okay, but try doing it in countries which are not democratic. They could kill them. They could kill them, right? So hacktivism is basically all about using your hacking skills to protect your identity. Some of the newspaper news anchors would do that. Journalists would do that. Some of the whistleblowers in the banking sector or in the government sector, in any of the private corporate sectors would do that. And this is how activists are. Yes, WikiLeaks is a good example. Assange, yes, Julian Assange is a good example. And this one, anonymous group, yes, these are the hacktivists. They do not have a face. They do not care about you can say name and fame, but they definitely care about the people. And this is how hacktivists play a role. Yes. How can you protect yourself from being hacked? One is never, never, never download pirated stuff. Okay, pirated stuff is easy to get from torrental websites. You can get the latest movies. You can download the latest games. You can download software worth millions within free. But along with that free, you get yet another free scheme. That is, you get a free virus, and you get malicious backdoors, trojans, and using those trojans, you can be hacked. Okay, so this is where do not download pirated stuff. Do not download stuff from websites like this. So here is an example. See, whenever you're downloading unknown stuff, no, this one Google, this Windows does the job of warning you. See, colored icon that says, "Guys, you can be hacked." It says it doesn't have a valid signature, and it's written in bold, unknown publisher. But who the heck bothers to read it? Press run. Thank you very much. Okay, we never bother to read it. We simply download the content, and then we wonder how we got hacked. Okay, the next thing that you never do is do not download stuff from websites trust. Sorry. Okay, do not download from can say now here's example of your mobile phones. So here we have you can say the security, and if you are downloading anything that is not on the Play Store that you do not do not trust, you are selecting unknown sources. Never do that unless it is from a friend of yours, unless you can actually physically meet that person. Do not allow your unknown sources to download. This is very dangerous. Nadim is asking whether is Apple ecosystem more secure. The answer is it is reasonably more secure than Windows, only for one reason, that hackers are not as much interested in Apple as they are in Windows. Why? Because Apple is having 20% of the world's market. Windows is controlling 80% of the world market. So would the hackers target 80% or 20%? This is the only reason why Apple is safer. We think that Apple is more secure. That's not the right answer. Less exploits and less vulnerability have been reported in Apple simply because less people are targeting Apple. That's the only reason. Okay, less users. Yes, I think somebody's mentioned that. Nowadays, Telegram has a lot of freeware. Yes, it's dangerous. Telegram can allow you to download lots and lots of malware there, and you can end up hacking anybody and everybody. Yes. So welcome to the world of cyber security. Welcome to the world of hacking. I would just like to, in the next class, please remind me to show you. I'm going to show you how we can actually hack my own computer system. Today, due to the lack of time, I'm not showing you that. I will, in the next session, we'll have, a couple of live examples of how hackers can hack, and then I'll be showing you how cybersecurity can be used to protect yourself. In today's class, I'm just sharing you certain tips on how people put weak passwords. So here's a case study of weak passwords. People are being very clever when you ask them to put the password. One of the most popular passwords on the planet is 12345678. I asked you for 8 characters and you give me 8 characters. Thank you very much. And they are being even more clever by giving it 898765431 instead of 12345678. Okay. The most common password is admin. The most common password is you guess it, password, PASSWORD, and God. And now we have Avengers, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. You got it. Okay, they are all your favorite Avengers. Any dictionary words, any common words are weak passwords, because as you will see in the next class, where I'll be showing you dictionary attacks, where I'll be showing you brute force attacks, you can easily crack these passwords. So these are examples of weak passwords. We have got average passwords, where you use a combination of numbers, uppercase and lowercase. So you can have uppercase letters, that's Spider-Man's S capital 1 to 3, and then password P capital 1 to 3, or something like that. So it's an average protection. It would take a hacker like us say something like 3 to 5 minutes or maximum 7 minutes to hack these passwords, whereas these passwords can be cracked within anything between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So these passwords can be hacked very easily, 8 to 10 character passwords. password with uppercase, lowercase, and this one can take anything between 5 minutes to 7 minutes to hack. And the strong passwords will, a much longer time. So your strong password should contain one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one special character, and one number. Okay, you have seen these kinds of passwords in Gmail. You've seen these kinds of passwords on Instagram, Facebook, on your net, and the net banking asks you to change your passwords every 6 months, because some of these passwords, if I were to run a brute force attack, could be hacked within 6 months, and for certain passwords it would take you a very long time. Okay, so that's what we have. I believe we can conclude the session now. If you have got any questions regarding any topic, please feel free to ask. How secure is it allowed to allow to store passwords? I will not recommend you to do that at all, Nadeem. Do not do it. Every time, please make it a habit to type in your password. Do not write down your password anywhere. Do not store it in a file called password.txt on your computer or on your mobile phone. Please password every single time, and change your password every few months. Cookies are safe. All no, cookies are, of course, there are cookies which are used for advertisement purposes, and which are used for malicious purposes. What you can do is, I'll show you quickly how you can protect yourself from cookies. You won't have time for too much, but I'll just click on, I'm going to my browser. Here I'm seeing more tools and clear browsing data. What you can do is just go to cookies here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share, get rid of your cookies. Every time you come out of the website, so key and other site data, scroll down there and just say clear cookies whenever you quit Chrome or whenever you click anything. So every time you go out, your cookies are absolutely clean and you start with a clean slate. Obviously, this means that you will have to end up typing all your passwords again and again. You will have to type in your email password again. I know it's very frustrating. I know it's very boring, very tiring, but please do that. It's for your own good. Okay. So I guess that's all we have time for today, guys. I will hand it over back to the management, guys. I can the admin take over again? We'll address the other questions. I've run out of time. We'll address the other questions definitely in the upcoming sessions. You will be informed by the same people about the next session timings. So we'll talk about that then. Okay. So the next session will be, they will announce the dates and you will be notified accordingly. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. It was really lovely, and thank you for your wonderful interaction, all of you. And we are definitely going to meet again very soon. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a lovely day. Thank you. Thank you.
Has left the meeting.
Thank you. Thanks for that feedback.
Has left the meeting. Has left the meeting. Has left the meeting. A participant has left the meeting.
Divya Lakshmi P.
Has left the meeting.